Hey everyone, thanks for joining and welcome to our third Betabound webinar, focused on being a great Betabound tester. We love these webinars and hope that they continue to give you more of a peek behind the curtain into our community. Real quick and just like usual, let's get some introductions in. I'm Brad, Betabound's Community Director. Here with me today is Ulysses, who is Betabound's Recruitment Lead. Conrad won't be speaking on the presentation today, but he is around as usual. Feel free to get in contact us by reaching out to hello@betabound.com or via Twitter as well, which you can see along the bottom. So the purpose of today's presentation is to teach you how to be the best, or beta best, becoming the best Betabounder possible. We'll be covering some tips and best practices that you can make sure to include in your arsenal to ultimately help you get picked for more Betabound opportunities, as well as be a better tester once you're in a test with us. Becoming a great tester starts way before you actually join or apply for a project. Being prepared before signing up for one of our exclusive opportunities puts you at a definite advantage. We'd like to share some of the ways that you can stay ready and make your profile stand out. First, ensure that your extended profile is up to date. Next, ensure that you add all relevant test platforms to your account. Let's dive into each of these a little bit closer now. When creating your basic profile, you'll be asked if you're interested in filling out an extended profile. When you click that option, you'll be able to provide us with a more in-depth look at you, which will help us target you for testing opportunities that we think you'd be a great fit for. The extended profile is a good-sized form, and it's absolutely critical that you check in and keep it up to date on a regular basis. We recommend checking it once every few months to ensure that nothing has changed, like maybe your home address, your phone number, or even other details like how many kids may be in the household. Sometimes we may have a client who is looking to test their product in specific cities or regions. Because this information is included in your extended profile, we're able to look into this when it comes time to recruit for potential candidates to apply. We also often get requests to recruit people who speak more than one language or people with kids in the home, so we look to this extended profile to check this kind of information. If you haven't filled out an extended profile yet, be sure to go into your basic profile and check the box to opt in. The information found here is definitely considered when we launch exciting new testing opportunities, so it's a really great way to ensure that you are the first to know about a new test. Test platforms are your way to tell us about the things that you already own. Using this information, we can actually invite you to more testing opportunities. An example would be adding your smart TV as a test platform. If we have a new test for a speaker, but that speaker only works with a smart TV, we might only reach out to Betabounders who have told us that they are a smart TV owner. If we know that your personal computer is running Windows 10, you'll be the first to hear about any upcoming tests that require that specific operating system. Both the Smart TV and the Windows 10 examples show how test platforms can help you get invited to more tests. In addition, test platforms help you get picked for more tests. We know that test platforms are completely optional to fill out, so we do appreciate your time, and these platforms are definitely taken into consideration when choosing testers for our Betabound exclusives. So go through and review the list of available test platforms. Add everything that applies. The more you add, the richer your profile gets, and the chances are higher of you being invited to a test that is a fit for you and the hardware that you own. Both the extended profile and the test platforms are a critical part of being a Betabounder. We rely on extended profiles and test platforms to help us with identifying the best candidates for our exclusive beta tests. Keeping both of these up to date will allow test managers to have your most up-to-date contact information, you'll be invited to more tests, and perhaps most importantly, you'll be picked for more tests. And now real quick, an announcement. This week we added 2 new test platforms, Headphones and SmartLock. If you own either of these and haven't updated your platforms yet, make sure to log into your Betabound profile and keep us up to date. Some of our past exclusive opportunities have featured both of these device types. We'll continue to add relevant technology to our growing list of test platforms, so keep an eye out for more. Now that we've covered the building blocks of being a Betabounder, it's time to discuss what to do when it comes time to apply for Betabound exclusives. I'm going to hand things off to Yuli to take it from here.
Thanks, Brad. Now that we've gone over how to properly prep, I want to speak on the application process and beyond. Invitations to apply will come from our email handle, betacall@betabound.com. Sometimes, these emails can go directly to your junk folder, and you may miss out on a really cool opportunity because of it. To avoid this, be sure to add our Betacall address to your contacts. From the information gathered in your Betabound profiles and test platforms, we're able to start targeting specific audiences directly via email. Let's say our client has a smart speaker that's already been released, but they've made big changes to their Android app and want to make sure everything is working correctly before they make this update public. The client is looking to test this in a smaller market, so they are looking for testers in the UK and Canada. They also mentioned that they were finding a unique issue with Google Pixel 2 devices during their internal testing, so they'd like to get a little less than half of their testers to own this phone. First, we will start filtering for testers located in Canada and the UK. Once we have that group of testers, we can start getting a little more granular with our search for potentially qualified applicants. Then, we'll look at how many of our Betabounders have stated that they own an Android phone in their mobile phone test platform. Google Pixel 2 owners will definitely be included in this recruitment, but we'll also extend this invite to all Android users to make sure other devices are represented. That's just one example. We have tests that vary between specific and broader audiences, so keep an eye on your inbox. It's also important to remember that these email announcements will vary on the availability of our exclusive opportunities. If you haven't heard from us in a while, don't hesitate to check out betabound.com. Our homepage publishes new opportunities every day. In addition to our clients, many developers reach out to be featured on Betabound to enlist the help of savvy testers like yourselves, as they run their independent tests, so there is always a new product to get your eyes on. If you see an exclusive tag on the post, that means that someone from the Betabound team will be personally managing it, and that you can reach out to us if you have any questions about the opportunity. These Betabound posts will also lead you to a test opportunity webpage that will include more details on the product you are testing and list the requirements needed to participate, so you'll want to double check this information before applying. While a project might sound cool and easy, it might not be the right fit for you if you don't live in the specified region or own a required device. Once you've read the requirements and feel ready to apply, you'll be met with a qualification survey for our exclusive testing opportunities. Like in all aspects of life, honesty is always the best policy. The survey is designed to cover all of the necessary requirements to properly test out the product and join an opportunity. For example, a test may require that an account be created in order to use the client's product. If you mention that you are willing to create a new account using a method of payment during the survey, but refuse to do so once you've been selected as a tester, you'll be removed from the test since you were not able to follow through with your promise. Similarly, a qualification survey for a video editing software program may ask you to rate your level of expertise with video editing. While it might be tempting to state that you are an expert to show that you're both familiar and passionate about this kind of product, the client may actually be looking for novices to see if their program is easy to pick up by newcomers. We are usually looking for a variety of testers, so be sure to answer honestly. If you see an open-ended question on a survey, take this opportunity to let your passion for beta testing shine through. This is your shot to show our test managers what makes you unique and stand out from the hundreds or thousands of other applicants. If you're asked what would make you a great fit for testing out a home theater system, don't be shy. Let us know what makes you passionate about these gadgets and your experience with them. If you've never owned a home theater system, let us know what makes you so excited to try one out. We know we have a ton of cool opportunities, so be sure to make each of these open-ended answers unique to the test you're applying to. Our test managers have a great eye for spotting similar answers across test opportunities, which will hurt your chances of being selected. Passion is always rewarded. Read each question carefully and answer honestly, so you know what to expect from a test. You will have to be able to verify the information you provide on a survey, so if you're not sure how to answer a question, try and be as honest as possible. We'd hate to have to remove you from the test if you don't meet the requirements as expected. Once you've applied, the selection process can take up to 2 weeks or longer, so your patience is appreciated. Our test managers will need to go through thousands of surveys to make sure they provide our clients with the most qualified cluster of testers. If selected, you will hear back from one of our test managers via email that will detail your next steps. Sometimes you might need to provide a few more details before the test can officially start, but the email will let you know everything you need to know to continue on this path. Not every applicant will be contacted if you did not qualify for an opportunity. We know this can be frustrating, but we appreciate your time and effort. If you've applied for a few tests, don't be discouraged if you don't hear back. The right test will come along. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Applying to test and not getting picked can be demoralizing, but we actually keep track of how many tests you're applying to. We do this to try and ensure that as many testers as possible eventually get into a test. If you were selected to test, congratulations. If you've made it this far, it's because you not only met all of the qualifications needed to test the product, but your open-ended answer and profile really stood out to us. You will need to officially accept the opportunity and will be provided these steps via email. Since most tests are ready to launch as soon as possible, waiting to accept your spot on a test might result with you being replaced by another passionate tester. Act quickly. As you are logging into the project space, you will be asked to sign a set of agreements. Be sure to read these agreements carefully, as you'll be expected to follow these guidelines throughout the test. Your contact information will also need to be accurate. Test managers may need to reach you during the test, so give us your best contact phone number and the best time to reach you. If we are shipping out the test product, you will also need to confirm what your best shipping address for this is, since you will have to sign for the package. If you need to change it to your work address to better accommodate your schedule, this is the time to do so. Whether it's a software or hardware test, it is important to remember to follow all instructions carefully. In the rare case you receive a package early, you might be tempted to open it, but here's why you shouldn't. While it can be very exciting to get a hands-on sneak peek at this new product, you will not have the proper instructions on how to get started. These beta products rarely include a set of instructions, so you won't have a good first experience with the product if you feel frustrated and feel the product just doesn't work. Many of our clients also want to capture your unboxing experience as a part of the test. If you open it early and do not have access to the project to give that feedback, all your valuable feedback won't be recorded and won't be applied to this aspect of the product. You should also avoid downloading and using software until you are told it is ready. More times than not, a patch will need to be pushed out before the beta program is considered usable. Once the project officially opens, you will be contacted via email by your test manager with detailed instructions. Not following these instructions may result in removing you from the test, so proceed accordingly. Once you are giving the blessing to start, go ahead and open or download the product and start setting it up. Spend some time to familiarize yourself with the product. Each week, we'll have specific topics to focus on, but you're welcome to explore any aspect of the product. Review the activity list to make sure you're focusing on the right things for that week. By the end of the week, you'll be assigned a survey that discusses these assigned topics into more detail. Make sure to turn this in on time so our clients can get your thoughts as soon as possible. You will also be expected to submit feedback throughout your experience with the product you're testing. Not to worry, the project space will have appropriate avenues to collect your experiences. For example, let's say you're on a test for a mobile app that edits photos and you are trying out the iOS version. If your mobile app crashed a few times when you try and crop a picture, please submit an issue. While this might not happen every time you use the feature, it's important to let the client know that this keeps happening on your device. This might be an issue that's affecting both Android and iOS devices, or it could be something specific to your phone model. Whatever the case, this is the kind of bug that needs to be fixed before a public release. Be as specific as possible and attach pictures or screenshots whenever applicable. Make sure to be responsive if the team reaches out and asks you for more details. If you think this photo editing app doesn't have enough filters, submit an idea and let the team know how you would like to see more added. The more details you provide as to how you would carry out this improvement and why it's important to you will make this a really valuable piece of feedback for the client. If you think this app's user interface is one of the easiest you've come across, don't be shy about your admiration. Submit praise in the project space to let the team know they really impressed you with this aspect of the app. Lastly, Please ensure that all feedback is submitted inside the project. Keeping everything within the project ensures our client won't miss anything and helps keep things organized. Now that the test has ended, make sure to return the product as requested. For software tests, delete the software program if requested by the team. Keeping the product after being told to return it directly violates the agreements, including a non-disclosure agreement that you signed when you joined the project. Violating these agreements may result in our client's legal team getting involved, which isn't fun for anybody. We want to avoid any kind of trouble, so be sure to follow the instructions closely. If you are not able to ship something right out due to an emergency, please be communicative with your test manager and they'll be in touch. Our exclusive testing opportunities will include a thank you gift for your participation to show that we really appreciate your efforts. Please give our test manager some time to review your feedback and collect all returned hardware from all testers before you receive your thank you gift. We appreciate your patience in the meantime. If you'd like to check in on the status of your incentive, please feel free to reach out to hello@betabound.com. That wraps things up for this webinar. We hope you learned a few things about how to be the best beta bounder possible. Have a great day, and please let us know if you have any questions.